then eventually it's going to happen. The white man going to come in and going to put all the black people, all the guys in jail, and they're going to say, hey, because they even had an article a year ago, they said black men live longer in jail than they do outside, out of prison. They live longer in prison. And then when the guys get older and they come out 50, 60 years old, they're more intelligent because they did reading. They did all the studying they should have did, you know, in school. They do it in jail. You know, the guys coming out with degrees and stuff, and, and all this stuff. And
Malcolm X, man. Oh.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it wasn't that really that study if you concentrate. All right.
Shit. Well,
that's like I put on my YouTube.
Well, you know, every once in a while we drop a little, try to drop a few jewels in the booth and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the real point. The real point is when you're born. Okay, you know you pay attention to something, and the first thing that you start to pay attention is your mother, and she's gonna guide you the right way, and then it's your father, and he's gonna support you in the way that you've been guided. So you got guidance and you got support, and your mother ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, your father ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, and they're gonna tell you something when you leave the home that's important. Then you go into this school, you pay attention to the teacher. If you don't pay attention to the teacher, then you can understand you're going to be somebody who don't have nothing, don't know shit. And it's only normal. But if we don't instill teaching this to our own kids,
you know what, I tell you what.
The kids won't get it.
My mother...
And guess what? It doesn't even matter because whether you study or you don't study, until the day you leave, till the time you leave, you got to go through all this crap. Now your choice is: do you want to go through it the easy way? Do you want to do it the easy way, or do you want to do it the hard way? Because either way it goes, you're going to reach your goal. It might not be the goal that you want to reach. It might not be at the time that you want to reach it, but you're going to reach the goal. So either you're going to do it the hard way or the easy way. The hard way actually not, you know, it's like this. Your brain absorbs. So you actually have to make a mental conscious effort to yourself and say, hey, I'm going to stop learning. And you got to mentally make that choice. And you got to physically do it.
But even if you do that, you're still going to learn.
Yeah, and you're still learning. What are you learning now? You're still going to learn.
Because even on the street, you learn. You learn that this thing and this thing means this thing. And this and this makes money, and this does not. And
now there's a big difference in that money one though. But here's the thing.
But no,
what you're taught in school is not. That doesn't teach you to make the money.
No,
that's the difference. But it teaches you how to move along in life.
Whoever's on the right.
I tell you,
it teaches you how to move along in life. That's why it don't teach you how to become some millionaire.
Who does it? What does
I'm saying in school.
Shit, yes they do.
School don't teach you how to
Yes, school does.
What school does, school teaches you how to move along in life.
Right.
How not to be late.
Right.
Pay attention to the teacher.
That's right.
Whether that teacher is considered a manager on your job or
whatever.
Evidently, these guys didn't read those books.
They teach you to obey.
I read many books.
And they teach you to be a fucking worker.
That's what they teach you.
Just to survive.
They teach you how to function. They teach you how to function.
Evidently, they didn't read books.
No, like I said, we're not talking about the book reading aspect right now.
Well, what the teacher tell when you study, how you going to study?
Well, it depends on what books you read.
I understand what you're saying.
It depends on what books you read.
Okay, there are many books you can read now that you're of age after you learned and paid attention what you were taught in school. As in, you not knowing what you're reading. Here, this is a dictionary. You don't know what that word means. You look it up, read it. Like you said, after you get past that in life, and now that you have all this vocabulary, you understand all this literature. Now you can read things that help you become rich and a millionaire.
Right.
No, because if you would have did that when you were in high school, you already would have been there.
What I'm telling you is.
So why you not?
What I'm telling you.
Why not?
Hold on.
Why
Let me back up. Let me back up. Hold on, Jim. Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I'm saying like, if that's the case, why is it not millions of millionaires?
Because the reason it's not a million millionaires because a lot of people, what they do is after they start reading, they come to understand that life really isn't about the money. It really
Everybody wants that
isn't.
shit.
No, everybody wants the money. But what I'm saying is really not about the money, because if you just say, like, if I did create a business, okay, and I invited the brothers, like, I want to expand my school, invite brothers over here to Japan. Well, before I invite brothers over to Japan, you know what I have to do?
What?
I have to warn them about these women. I have to warn them about the women. Say, listen, when you come over here, these women are going to be so fine. You're going to have your job, and they're going to be doing all kinds of stuff for you, and you're going to marry them, and they're going to turn out to be monsters. So please, listen to Too Short. Please do this. And guys don't come over here, and they're not going to believe me, and they're going to get in trouble, and then their wife's going to make it. You know, it's a lot of responsibilities when you're doing, when you're making money. Now, if you got a group of people who don't care, like, well, let's just make these money because these people are grown adults, and the information is out there, and we don't care. Then you can do that too. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying is, like me, every time I tried to do a business or everything's successful, it was fine, but I realized something, that it's really, really difficult for me to be happy and my other brother's not doing well. And that's one thing that
That's a part of life, and
and
that's
that's
I never miss.
Ooh.
and that's
Oh,
something.
do you care to elaborate on that, sir? Alright,
Go
but
ahead, man.
That's a part of life. You're never gonna be
hold on.
really happy if you're
Alright,
able to
yo,
live
cut.
Of what we want. And once we get it, once we get what we want, we discover something else that we want.
Exactly. Yeah.
More.
Right.
And being
And because we're never happy. We can never be happy.
No, that's wrong.
Even when you reach your goal, even when you get exactly what you want, even when you get that fly bitch with the big ass titties and the big ass booty, and
You got it.
her
You don't want
pussy
it
is
as much
fucking
as you want
juicy,
it.
and you're fucking her like you would never fuck
Then
nobody
what's
before.
Some of that
Well, but you know,
I know the solution.
well, you may know the solution, but you know what? Here's the answer. Here's the answer.
The solution is
Even when you get that bitch and you fuck her hard, you're gonna want another fly bitch that walks down the street 5 minutes later. When you leave that bitch, you're gonna be like, hey, that bitch,
he's
that
been in his
bitch.
head too long.
gotta edit that.
He's been in your head too long.
With censored bloopers and shit. But he was right. No, you right. He right. You know, he was
I'm
right.
mad, and you know I'm right.
No, he right. He
Edit
right.
in with no cursing.
No, he right. No, he
You know I'm
right.
No, you're level.
No, you yo, cause Stallone. Yo,
Because
cause
you're speaking about
You know I'm right.
you're right, because you're talking about a
Because if I was,
finished situation.
but if I was wrong, if I were,
That's why you're right.
but if I were wrong, there wouldn't be any such thing as divorce.
No,
Because you get the one that you want. You get the woman you want, the one that